This is such a fantastic question. I'm going to make a video out of it because it's something that everybody should be asking right now. And this comes back to the question of source of truth, right? And that's one of the big issues with AIs right now, is the fact that people are using them as a source of truth without any skepticism in many cases. And as we all know, the AIs regularly hallucinate. And here's a concrete example of that. This is currently driving me crazy. I have a client who told me, get this, that content does not matter for being cited on AI LLMs. Content on her site is not important anymore. So she stopped all blogging, doesn't want to pay for any type of content or create any content because she's convinced that it's not important. And how did she come to this notion? ChatGPT. And no matter how many times I have given her conflicting information that basically says that that's not true, she doesn't care because her ChatGPT said it to her. So now that we know that the AIs are a dangerous source of truth, let's look at what the AIs tend to use, the LLMs tend to use as sources of truth for themselves to get the answers they give you. You can actually see this in many AI responses, chatbot responses, where it will have the sources linked at the bottom of various paragraphs within the answer to your prompt. And in most cases, those are going to be generally credible sources, places like Wikipedia, or possibly not some credible sources like Reddit and, commenters posting on a social media site. But so it'll be really a mix. The problem is that as of right now, in the beginning of 2026, it is very possible to manipulate, as we've seen in per my original post that this guy's replying to. It's very easy to manipulate LLMs into believing things that are simply not true, simply by planting non-credible information on credible sites. So with all of that in mind, I'm going to answer the question. Currently, as of right now, lateral reading is the way to go. So lateral reading is where you, and many of you probably do this anyway, but I'm not sure you do it with regularity in the age of AI, but it's opening multiple tabs when you come across something that, especially something that might seem, make you kind of give pause for thought. Open up and question. Basically, it's question reality. It's like the same thing our parents taught us in the 80s, right? For those who are Gen Xers, it's like question reality and be a skeptic. Trust but verify. So one way to do that is to open up multiple tabs in your browser window and start searching and look for corroborating articles on the internet that either prove or disprove whatever the assertion is that you're reading. The problem is when it's buried into something where you kind of like, it's like one truth buried or one lie buried in two truths or something. It's harder to ferret that out, and it's harder to become skeptical because it might just pass your brain's sort of autonomic early detection warning system. And that, to me, that is really where the real danger lies. It's the subtle, stealthy manipulations that happen. Because this is such a huge issue, I fully expect there to be tools like things like browser add-ins for now and later built into the browser itself is sort of truth checkers that are essentially going to do the veritable equivalent of that, where they're going to automatically, maybe you can turn it on as a mode. Hey, here's a business idea for anybody out there. App dev idea is to basically automatically take the article being read and compare it to other sources of truth that are considered credible online to automatically flag something on a page that is being contested. Kind of like what you'll see happens on sites like Facebook and so forth, where there's like, or I think Twitter does, or X does this as well, where it says, other people in the community are questioning the validity of this. Basically that happening automatically in your browsing experience. I mean, that just simply has to get created at this point with the way things are. Either that or the LLMs themselves have to get a lot better about checking their sources.